What's going on, everybody? My name is Jules, and we're doing a business breakdown for the Income Stacker Circle. This business breakdown is for BZB's Twisted Treats. Okay, so this is just a snippet of BZB's Twisted Treats. This is her Instagram page. This is what was submitted to me. I got a link to her page. So I basically went through and pulled some of the images that I thought were relevant to her business breakdown. Anyway, you can find her on Instagram if you want to. It's BZB's Twisted Treats. And what she does is she makes alcohol-infused adult desserts, which is pretty unique and it's a niche in itself. So this business breakdown should be pretty much straightforward. So let's kind of get into it. Okay, this is the passive income transformation portion of the business breakdown. And this one we try to take a physical business, which is hers, which makes cakes, pies, chocolates, adult desserts, which look delicious. In fact, I have tried some before and are delicious. But anyway, we're trying to take her physical business where she actually bakes cakes, pies, makes desserts, and transform it into passive income. So this is how we're going to do it. So we're going to break down what tools and products that are currently available, how many different passive income sources can we generate, and how can we leverage the current information or status that she has. Okay, this is beginner tools. I know she doesn't have any tools yet. I'm in a fully equipped studio right now, but I know that she only has minimal tools that she can actually use. But this applies to mostly everybody. Mobile phone with a camera. Most people have phones with cameras. Phones with cameras and microphones these days are pretty impressive. So anything that's flagship from the last couple of years should be more than well enough to do these things. Online applications is self-explanatory as long as you have access to the internet, which most people do. And then obviously people who can be your raving fans and help you promote your business, friends, families, customers, etc. We're to our online tools section, and basically I took a screenshot of the productivity tools tab in our Income Stacker Circle course on School. So if you're not familiar with it, our courses is available on School. We actually walk you through all these tools that's listed here, and we're always adding more tools. But anyway, the tools I'm recommending for her BZB Twisted Treats would be ChatGPT, which is general purpose AI. That will allow her to brainstorm and maybe think outside the box, come up with some ad campaigns, some social media posts, maybe even conceive some new recipes that she hadn't even thought about that she can kind of play with. Midjourney is going to be your image creation. I've used Midjourney before to do book cover art for me, so that's why that's here. Jasper is a great AI for ad copy, or a great AI tool for ad copy. Opus Clip is great because it can take a long form video and it can automatically snip and create YouTube shorts, TikTok shorts, etc. So that's a great way to repurpose your long form content. 11 Labs is great for voiceovers, self-explanatory. Canva is great for branding, social media content, and content creation. It's great for doing your social media posts, Instagram, stuff like that. And once you can actually put your branding information into it, icons, colors, everything like that, and it really streamlines the process. And it's available as a phone app, mobile app, or online. And lastly is Answer the Public. And that's basically a tool that we use to research what people are searching online, so we can kind of target our focus. We know what to focus on, the questions people are asking the most, and try to drive traffic that way. Okay, this is the actual breakdown portion. We're going to actually break down her business. And again, she sells alcohol-infused desserts. She mostly sells at pop-up shops, which are small events, or she does it by special order. So you can, if you're local to her, you can have her make a cake and she can deliver it, or you can pick it up. Or she works at a pop-up shops, again, which is just like local small events. And this is some pictures that, I grabbed off her Instagram, which I had access to. It's just basically her table setup. She was setting up for an event, and that's just kind of how she packages it. And that's just a few of the little things that she did, and kind of how she prices her desserts, etc. Okay, this is the breakdown portion where we actually gonna go ahead and break her products down, or her business down, to try to create as many sources of passive incomes that we think is, plausible. There may be more ways than this, but this is just a quick breakdown of the business. Again, she sells alcohol-infused desserts for adults, and she sells primarily at pop-up shops or small events, or she does special orders. So I think she does special orders for like local. I don't know if she ships worldwide yet, so if you want to reach out to her, you can. But anyway, this is typically how she sells the products. I went on her Instagram page and grabbed a couple different things that she had, showing various products that she does sell. And that's kind of how she sets up when she does her small events at the pop-up shops. So what I'm going to suggest for her is a lot of social media things: YouTube, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram. So what I would like her to do, what I would like to see her do, or what I think she should do, is create YouTube tutorials showing the best sellers. So basically breaking down her recipes of the cakes that she know from experience that sell the best. If they sell the best, people like them. If you can teach people to make them step by step and they can make it on their own and they're delicious, they'll want to come back to you to get additional content and get more recipes. Another cool part about doing step-by-step instructions, what happens is people pause the video and they'll go back. And what that does, that gives you viewer retention. Viewer retention and the number of views increases the chance that you can monetize the video on YouTube and begin monetizing. When you begin monetizing, you get paid per click, but typically they send checks out, or I guess deposits out. I believe it's every $100 now. And it takes quite a few views, I think almost 10,000 views to get that $100 paycheck. But on something like this, that's food, people tend to share it a lot. So if she has the shorts, the TikToks, the Instagram, and it all points back, circles back to the YouTube, that drives more views, that drives up her viewer retention, that drives up her view time, and gets her monetized faster and allows her to keep monetizing her content. Now we're to the why. And the why is basically passive income. That's what we are. That's what I teach. That's what I coach, is passive income streams, getting paid while you sleep. So this is going to be just a quick rundown of the flow of her income stacker circle. So basically stacking incomes, and we're going to have all circle back and just try to create a basically what we call a flywheel, and that keeps profits coming in. First thing on the list is going to be the monetized views. We hinted on that a couple of seconds ago, but basically you need viewer retention, you need watch time, and I think this product, or what she does, works well for that. Again, people want to go back, they'll share recipes, and they'll also go back and rewatch them over and over to make sure they don't miss any steps, which is great. Second thing is affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is something that you do where you can basically sell a product or multiple products and get paid on the back end. You don't have to store a product, which is great. You just link to the product. If someone buys a product, and a lot of times on Amazon, if you use an Amazon affiliate, if they buy any product almost, you'll get paid regardless of the product that you link to or anything else. As long as they click that link, they go to Amazon, anything Amazon can upsell them while they're there, you will get a commission off of, which is why Amazon affiliate is great, but there are other affiliate programs as well. Next thing will be ad read and sponsors. This will come a little bit later as she starts building a following and building up views. But there's a few different ways you can do it, which is like creating a media stack. And that's something I'll tell her to do a little bit later on, but that's another part of the flywheel, will be the ad reads and sponsorships on her videos. Now, next will be upselling POD products. What that means is print on demand. So what she does is, of course, that. And the cool part is there's tons of great ideas for funny gimmick aprons, baking products, t-shirts, and stuff like that. And she can also brand her own products. Cool thing about YouTube now is YouTube has a store which you can link to something like Printify, where it's all integrated into YouTube. And she can also link to like Printable and other print-on-demand services for products that she wants to create, such as aprons, etc., which is great. It gives her another source of income that she doesn't have to do anything for. Once you upload the designs, it's all done. It's all just, again, a flywheel. Once you get the wheel moving, it's set it and forget it. The next part of her journey will be driving traffic to her to other books, or her books basically. And what I suggest is that she do multiple cookbooks. Cookbooks sell. People love cookbooks. People still buy books. You can sell, you can do like ebooks, or you can do physical books, both of which are great. And again, cookbooks is one of those products that almost every household at some point has. And it's something that I believe, especially being a niche product, like adult cookbooks would sell pretty well. I don't know of many alcohol-infused desserts, and that takes it to the level that she does. And again, she can price those books pretty reasonably, and get that reoccurring money every month. Amazon KDP pays out every month. I know mine typically pays out around the 26th of each month, but I would go at least 4 cookbooks, 3 to 4 cookbooks on baking the desserts. And then we'll touch on a little bit later on specialty cookbooks I think that she could potentially get into that will continue to grow her brand and continue to bring in more money. And the last thing will be to drive traffic to her paid community. And the paid community could be something like school, where she does online tutorials, hands-on baking, that she can do like more private videos. She can do more hands-on content, where she can answer questions and basically grow a community around bakers that are doing some out-of-the-box thinking and around these adult desserts. And then she can charge a monthly subscription fee for that, and we'll touch on that a little bit farther. Now, this is the Amazon affiliate program. This is just a quick snippet I just took. This is what the landing screen looks like for Amazon affiliates. It basically breaks down how many items you ship, the total amount you earn. And again, Amazon affiliates is more like getting tips most of the time. It's a bunch of small transactions that add up over time, and that's what you want to see. So don't get too far on yourself, but the more content you do, the more people get sent, the more things you get paid for. I've actually gotten paid for trash bags before, and from people clicking on links for things like headphones. Like I have a tech review website, or had a tech review website. I'm kind of busy. Well, I'm not gonna say busy now, but I've kind of moved on to bigger, better, more passive income things that don't require me to be so hands-on. But I've sold a ton through the affiliate program through that website. And that's something I would recommend for her, is to use affiliate links for all the products in the video. So what I would do is, in the video description, if she uses a bowl, a mixer, a whisk, any product that she thinks is good or potentially good for baking, or the product, or whether there's pans, etc., that she uses, or the packaging materials that she uses, she can link all that through Amazon affiliates. And again, if they click on that link, even if they don't buy the product she links to, whatever products they do buy, she'll get a kickback from. And that's the power of using affiliates. Again, there's other programs other than Amazon, but Amazon being one of the easiest free, just sign up programs and start getting paid like immediately. Okay, next up is going to be print on demand. We hinted at this earlier. I compiled a list on the side of 7 different print on demand services that you can check out. Feel free to check out, pause the video, check it out. So, and on the right side, I just took a snippet of Printful, and they have organic cotton aprons along with other aprons. You can get various colors, you can get embroidered, etc., etc. It shows the price that you would pay, or that you could potentially, or they would be charged. And you can obviously upsell based on that price. So obviously that's the price. You wouldn't sell for that price. You'd add more money to it and you'd sell for the price. Again, this is passive income. So if you make $5 off an apron and you sell a couple aprons a month, then that's great. But you're always be trying to focus on other products too: t-shirts, cups, tumblers, coffee mugs, etc. And this will basically allow her to scale a print on demand business. Again, once you get the designs, you don't have to worry about it. It's just set it and forget it. Again, the flywheel motion, or we just put it all in play and just let it go. And again, it's a big circle, so you'll see how it's going to work out later on. And if you don't know how to do graphic designs, I do have in the course. We'll talk about it. Well, we talk about it more in the course, but there are AIs that you can use to help generate stuff. But there's also other methods that you can do it, such as Fiverr. I have a friend that has a clothing brand, and a lot of his original designs was downloaded by a designer in Fiverr. He found one that he liked the art style of. He had some mock-ups done, and that's who he's been using ever since. And yeah, it works. So this will be something else I have her look into. It'll be print on demand, and that's just another cog on the wheel in the circle to just kind of keep on going. Just another level in the stack. Okay, now this is going to be the Kindle KDP portion. On the left side, you'll see some of my books. I have 17 books published on Amazon. This is a small snippet. I forget what the timeline is, but anyways, this is just a small snippet of how it shows that she would get paid. I have digital, I have print retail, royalties rather. You have subscription royalties, you have total US, and it breaks down per book. And you can do like per day, Well, this is a report can be done per day, per month, per week, per year. You know, you get the drill. But the idea is you actually get paid consistently even when you sleep, and that's what I want her to do. On the right hand side of the screen is my actual or the actual screenshot. If you search my name on Amazon or 414 Industries, which is another brand I own, CEO for, then they'll bring up more books. My most expensive book sells for $146. I don't think the cookbook should be priced that much. I think $14.99, $9.99, something like that is more than doable. I don't know that Audible is a great place to sell a cookbook, so I wouldn't worry about doing an audio book for it. But I think a softback book, a hardback book would be a great idea. And um, what I would do is, like, again, I would do multiple books. The more books you do, the more chance you have of making a profit and more consistent profit. Also, again, we can use AI tools to create these covers for these books. The three books you see on the right hand side, I use bits of AI to create various parts of those books, and then some I had actual designer help work on and tweak. But the main imagery is all done by AI for the covers of those books. The fifth level in the stack, I believe we're on the fifth level of the stack, would be, again, creating a community. And we talked about this before. It should be a subscription service. There are some people that use a 4-product model. We're actually doing 5 right now, besides the actual cakes that she can continue to bake if she wants to, but I wouldn't. I would just do it passively. I understand if you want to do it for fun because it is a passion of hers. There's no problem with that. But the amount of time it takes you to bake a cake, the amount of money you have to put in the cake, the packaging, delivering the cake, and then the amount of profits you make could be, it will not could be, but will be significantly less than you can make in passive income on 5 different levels. So you'll have way more free time. Anyway, subscription service, creating a community on something like school. If you look on the right hand side, you see there's a calligraphy school. There's 1,200 members, and they pay $9 a month. So that's almost $120 a month per person times 1,200 people. That's fairly significant. Right next to that is the School of Pickleball, of all things, is 994 members, and that's $40 a month, $39 a month. So you can see there's a community for almost everything. There's even one for menopause. There's 1,400 members, and they pay almost $50 a month for a community to talk about various factors when it comes around menopause. So I believe she can definitely build a community around cakes, pies, baking, stuff like that. And she can set the price accordingly. She can play around and figure out what it is she wants to do, where she wants to price her content at. Maybe she wants to have some free part on the course, and maybe she wants to lock some things behind paywalls. That would be a good idea too. Either one of those would work. And in that community, I will give out recipes, different recipes that's not in the book, new recipes that you're working on. I know she's always working on new ideas, new flavors. It'd be a great place to experiment, run polls to see what people are thinking, try new things like that. Obviously, it'd be a great place for giving tips for new bakers or people that's trying to bake these products. I know you have to replace a certain amount of the liquid with alcohol, and she does it in certain ways. Sometimes it's the icing, sometimes it's a glaze, sometimes it's in the actual batter itself. Again, it's above my head, but that's kind of what I know about it. So again, if somebody like me, if I want to do it, it'd be a great place to do it by looking at YouTube videos or going to our course. And of course, as we said, it's the income stacker circle. So the part is this community can reference back to YouTube, and YouTube can reference back to the community. So you keep the circle going to passive income. And then obviously I would do product reviews. So there's a new mixer, new tool, new something that she uses. They'd be a great place to publish a review, as well as put it on YouTube. Because again, you can link the review back to an affiliate link, which gets you paid through affiliate marketing. So again, the circle. Lastly, and maybe one thing that can really push her course and her community would be live tutorials, sitting there doing something live. Whether it's like a certain technique for blending the alcohol or certain things to do with various different things, and also for coaching. So if somebody wants to take what she does and make their own business doing it, like physically, then that would allow her to coach them if they have questions. Hey, my cake came out this way, or was too moist, or it's stuck, or whatever the case may be, or something like that. She could do live coaching, and she can either do that in the course and set up like a weekly or bi-weekly meeting, or she can have what she can charge a certain amount per hour just to have a call. So again, that price will vary depending on how much value she's presenting. But again, I believe a subscription model, creating a community would be a great way to go. Now, that's the income stacker circle. And this is her income stack. As we said, it's 5 things. It'll be YouTube, social media views. So basically you can pay from clicks on YouTube, TikTok, etc. Because I would use the AI tools or find a good videographer and editor to chop the video up. But there are AI tools, if you look at our tool list, that does it for you and does it very well and requires minor or no tweaking at all to, again, chop it down to smaller parts. The YouTube ad read, which will come with time. Of course, you could always ad read for your own community on Stacker, on School. So I would always try to upsell my own product until she has an actual ad. And even then, you may be able to potentially, maybe no conflict. You may be able to do both, promote your own community as well as promote another product. Third would be the YouTube store and the print on demand service. Again, that's self-explanatory. Again, we try to make everything circular and we try to stack things on top of each other, income on top of each other. So YouTube store would be, you can click YouTube, and I don't know if you're familiar with it, but you can go to a store tab, which again, I think links to Printify, and there may be a couple other ones that you can link straight through there to sell her physical products. Again, she doesn't have to do anything. They click it, they purchase the product, the printing service prints the product and ships the product to the customer. She has to do nothing after she sets up the original design. And another thing that we'll talk about inside the actual community is, and I actually have a subject matter expert that does advertising for my rental cars. He'll explain how you can A/B test different things. And you can A/B test like YouTube thumbnails, but you can also A/B test products. So you can do multiple versions of a product, see what sells and tweaks, and keep on going until you have a product nailed down that sells relatively well. And then, of course, you can print on demand. You can link those services into your community as well. And another thing I would do is I would put it in the back of the cookbook, where like a QR code where they could scan it and then go to your print on demand store. So again, we're stacking. I hope you see what we're doing. We're stacking the income so they can, they can buy a book, which we're on the next part now, which is the cookbooks of Kindle KDP. They can purchase a book through Amazon. They can get the recipes. They can go to the back of the book and they can scan a QR code, which could take them to the YouTube page. It could take them to her print on demand store, and it could take them to a community. So there's no reason you can have like 3 QR codes in the back of the book. And that makes it just that much easier to keep people in your funnel, keep them in your wheel, keep them in your circle, and keep driving profits. So again, cookbooks, Kindle KDP, for what she does is a no-brainer. And then we go back to the monthly subscriptions, which again, we talked about just a second ago. So I hope that explains what the income stacker circle is. I hope it gives you an overarching idea how we work. This particular circle wouldn't be for everyone. It may work for a lot of people though. Some things, some things like the car rental business or some of the other things are really like high level businesses may not be something you can break down completely over YouTube. And that's why we have communities. But I think for the most part, this should give most people a pretty broad idea of how they can use different tools to make passive income. And again, the goal being to make income while she sleeps. And so she doesn't have to work. You don't have to you don't have to get in the hot kitchen. You can just do it at minimal effort for maximum pay. And that's what we're about. We're after passive income where you do it once and it stays. And the cool thing about what she does is it's very evergreen. Flour, salt, sugar, water, alcohol, whatever, works the same way in 2025 as it will in 2055. So once all this stuff is up, it's basically evergreen. She can get paid for cookbooks. I have books I wrote years ago that I still get paid for consistently. And the same thing is relevant with her cookbooks. Those books should sell basically for life, and she can always stack on those cookbooks, add more recipes and more volumes, or do yearly thing. And another thing I was hinting on was the fact of, and I did show it. Let's go back to, I did see that she had some Halloween cakes, and some holiday treats. So what I would suggest is doing um, a holiday book, a specialty cake book or dessert book for like Valentine's Day, Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween, etc., all around the adult treat theme. And I think that book would do very well too. So anyway, this has been the Income Stacker Circle business breakdown for BZB Twisted Treats. I hope she likes the breakdown. I hope you guys got a lot out of this video. Feel free to comment below. If you have any questions, check our school out at school.com/income Stacker Circle. You can find us on there. Just type it into the search bar. I'll put a link in the description below. Yeah, until next time, thanks.